We are so delighted to be participating into Books in Browsers this year again. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And thank you very much for the entire Internet Archive staff, Brewster, Peter. This is a wonderful, most stimulating event. You know, we attended various international events, but for us, throughout the years, this is the most stimulating and encouraging event. I am Daihei Shiohama, representing Voyager Japan, together with Toshiaki Koike, my colleague. We have just celebrated 20th year anniversary of the company on October 26th, just 2 days ago. The company was founded by Masaaki Hagino and Bob Stein. Both gentlemen are in the audience over there. Congrats, guys. Which one is Bob Stein? So we will talk about our view on the beautiful book. Also, we will give you the demonstration about it, and we'll tell you about what's happening in the Japanese ebook situation where we came from. We first came to Internet Archive back in November 2009. We met Brewster Kahle and Peter Brantley. They had presented to us the idea of book server. At the time, the book server project was just announced by Internet Archive. Hagino and I were so impressed, and we just wanted to start working with them. Following that, in 2010, we have participated in the Books in Browsers conference. Books in Browsers, social book reading. Everybody's talking about these terms and their concept. The idea was pretty new to us. For us, such an idea was giving us literally an experience of the scale fell from our eyes. We were drawn to the new concept. Nearly 2 decades of struggles in the digital publishing business, we were actually still deep in the quandaries. In Japan, there have been chaos on the digital publishing, both on the industry and users. At Books in Browsers last year, we felt like, aha, books in browsers and social books, they might give us chances to solve the issues. We were awakened to the importance of open and social reading environment, books in browsers for Japanese, based on the global standard. Let me tell you a bit about what's going on in Japan. Due to the success of the mobile comics, the size of the Japanese ebook business have been quite significant. For instance, $0.8 billion in 2010, out of which 75% came from the mobile comics. It was the largest in the world until the US surpassed in 2010. In the meantime, surprisingly enough, Apple nor Amazon, they have not launched the Japanese ebook business so far. Now, there are a number of major companies coming into the ebook retail markets, and then devices introduced to the market, including companies like Toppan, Dai Nippon, Sony, Sharp, to name a few. They actually all operate on their closed proprietary ebook systems. Because of that, users are quite confused, and choices are hard to make. before the black chips coming to the market, everybody wants to establish their share. Black ships is a metaphor of invasion of the global power to the country, like what had happened in the 19th century. Now that it's reported earlier in this month, October, Amazon would launch the Japanese ebook service by the end of the year. It might even escalate the confusion. Under the circumstances, it's clear to us, more open and easy to use ebook environment should be introduced to all the users. This is one of the reasons we recommend heavily web browser-based reading system. To overcome the chaos, here's our thought on the books in browsers for Japanese. Since 1992, Voyager has been working on the Japanese ebook specifications. Our proprietary Japanese ebook format, .book, has been officially adopted by many publishers, including majors like Kodansha, Shinchosha, Kadokawa, Bungei Shunju, to name a few. The Japanese proprietary format was necessary due to the language unique requirements such as vertical reading and page progression directions, which were not available in global formats. Now, thanks to IDPF, Mr. EPUB Bill McCoy, EPUB 3 now made available the Japanese language requirements available so that, that we could fully make use of it. Voyager, which is the proprietary owner of the Japanese ebooks, the format, but we are for one saying, let's use browser-based reading system for Japanese on EPUB 3. In the long run, it's better for ebook users. Now, my colleague Toshiaki Koike will give you a presentation about the ebooks, books in browsers for Japanese.
Hello, I am Toshiaki Koike. I represent tech side of Voyager Japan. Here is the current status of vertical reading capabilities on popular web browsers. They are not fully capable yet. For writing, for vertical writing, if Flash used, plugin is necessary, which will not go with iOS. Owing to the suggestion of Liza Daily of Sleepless in the audience, but not now in here. We decided to use Canvas. It worked. Thanks, Liza. Not Voyager has a long, extensive experience and knowledge on the detailed Japanese specifications for ebooks. Using the tech assets of T-Time and .book, we were able to port the program to JavaScript. This system runs for EPUB 3, PDF, Voyager.book, and Sharp XMDF, multi-format capable ebook reading system. The slide is showing both the server-side and the client-side functions. The server-side processing engine optimizes each format. At the client side, JavaScript renders and then Canvas draws the content to a web browser. To avoid slow processing on the client side, such as the case of some smartphones, server side does the processing. I would like to demonstrate how it actually looks like. Literary works, then comics on PC and iPhone. Let me start with PC on a web browser. Here's the text of some literary work. Flipping the pages. This is index page. Clicking onto an item, it jumps to the designated page, displaying a vertical reading. Page progression direction is right to left. It is reversed direction from the horizontal reading cases. The page you're looking at is drawn by HTML5 canvas. Thus, it is a graphic. However, it dynamically renders. It can reflow. Let's change the window size. It can reflows. And this time, change the font size. Reflow. And next, comic case. One of the Kodansha's works. Kodansha, one of the major publishers in Japan, is interested in EPUB 3 very much. Displaying the content on spread pages. Now, changing the window size to vertical long. Now, it displays as a single page. Next, the same contents on iPhone. The web browser is Safari. This Safari HTML5 version. Comic content can be shown on a single page. And double click, zoom. That's it. Daihei, please.
Actually, we haven't really finished the presentation. I will talk about what the beautiful books are for us right now. Okay, so let me tell you briefly about how we see the beautiful books could be. After the books in browser last year, we have looked back and then concluded. Fundamentally, books are great. Once published, books are for everybody. But they are self-contained within the boundaries of the traditional books. As a digital publisher, our mission is to open the boundaries and provide broader connections between authors and readers. Books are the fruit of in-depth research, thinking, and wisdom of authors. Colorful and valuable threads are woven into one. The joy of reading has been experienced and cultivated over the years. We are here to enhance the experiences. And also, we are huge advocates of open platform. So all we are saying is to give books a chance to get connected to open platform that can support more stimulating and enjoyable social experiences. So here's some example. Okay. Here I'm showing you a book written by Masaaki Hagino, president of Voyager. The print version was released in October 2010, 1 year ago. It's all about his struggles throughout the years of his being a film director, working for first interactive consumer media, pioneers Laserdisc, where I worked with him together, and then 20 years of being a digital publisher. Now the book is being compiled by himself for an upcoming ebook release. The project is fully designed on open platform. Web browser-based reading will allow the authors to get connected to social media to expand the content. Because it's an open platform, it will also allow readers to get connected to content and participate as well. You are looking at the main body of this book, and I'll show you the link. And here's a picture of a Laserdisc player released back in 1981. Now it became a sort of a museum item. But on this media, there were tons of the interactive and multimedia efforts were made. Going back to the, yeah, please. Here's what we called Aspen Movie Map. Very early interactive programs on Laserdisc produced by MIT Media Lab in early 1980s. In the video, it moves and gives you images interactively according to the selections of a viewer. Hagino, the author, is adding his bibliographical memo to the video material. The video is archived in Tumblr, and link is embedded in the book. This is an example of not only showing the actual material discussed in the book, but also the author can extend and elaborate his thought in this extended version. Now we are showing what's called the movie manual. This is another visual presentation of an interactive video on one of the Laserdisc projects by Media Lab in early 80s. It contained the texts and videos tied to keywords in an elegant book format. This is actually a prototype of enhanced ebook. So here's a photo of somebody you know, Bob Stein, presenting his project in 1986, which is archived in Flickr. Hagino's extended comment about Bob and respect to him is written here. Ability to archive rich content materials in the open online public archives such as Flickr and then Tumblr is extremely important. If we are to privately archive them, it becomes such a huge headache, technologically and financially. It's simply difficult for a book publisher or an author to assume responsibility. We have struggled, so we know that at the time of the Laserdisc, CD-ROM, and early years of ebooks, authors and publishers can make use of social media public archive to expand sphere of books. On the network, readers can also participate to the book. It could become a wiki effort that can connect the books, authors, and readers. Again, books are simply great. We want to enhance the joy of reading. Hagino's ebook is just an example. It may not look anything revolutionary. Probably it's actually not. But it's designed to open its sphere to make available new opportunities for authors and readers to get connected. Very open, light, and easy to use. Books in browsers will make social book possible on the open platform. Give books a chance. Thank you very much. Okay, one question, if you may have. please.
Congratulations, the tech is incredibly impressive. It must introduce some challenges. In particular, I mean, it seems if you're going to use Canvas, you must basically have to implement the HTML rendering engine either in JavaScript or server side that you're sending down. Is that the path you've taken?
The question is that by employing the canvas to the system that we showed to you, so his question is if we use the JavaScript for rendering.
Yeah, to render the HTML elements in
Yeah.
EPUB 3.
だからキャンバスを使ってるということは結局最終的に JavaScript でレンダーするような方向に持っていかなきゃいけなかったんじゃないか。
そうです。その通りです。
Yes. The answer is yes. Okay. それはすごいことだと。Thank you very much.